Hi, Divine Souls. I'm truly grateful you're here with me in Oriah Divine Sanctuary, a space dedicated to healing, awareness, and spiritual alignment. If this video has appeared in your life today, trust that there may be a message here meant specifically for you. If the words shared here resonate with your spirit, I encourage you to like, share, comment, and subscribe so we can continue building a community centered around truth, healing, and higher consciousness. Earlier today, during meditation, I allowed myself to slow down, to breathe, and to simply be present. And in that quiet space, I began to tune into the energetic frequency of the collective sensing what many people may be navigating on their spiritual journeys right now. And from that awareness, this message emerged. There is a moment in healing that nobody talks about enough. It's the moment when you suddenly realize they don't have power over me anymore. Not because they apologized, not because they finally admitted what they did, not because they changed, but because you changed. Maybe there was a time when one text from them could completely change your mood. One phone call could send you into anxiety. Seeing their name could bring back an entire chapter of your life. You might have spent hours wondering, why did they do this to me? Do they even realize how much they hurt me? Do they miss me? Are they treating someone else better? Will they ever regret losing me? And perhaps the hardest question, how do I make them understand what they did? But healing eventually teaches you something powerful. You can spend years waiting for someone else to provide the closure you need, or you can begin creating that closure for yourself. And one day, something changes. You realize you're no longer checking their social media. You're no longer asking mutual friends about them. You're no longer replaying every conversation. You're no longer imagining what you would say if you ever got the opportunity to confront them. And most importantly, you're no longer measuring your worth by how they treated you. That's the moment you know something inside you has shifted. Their behavior no longer defines you. When someone has spent a significant amount of time criticizing, manipulating, controlling, rejecting, or devaluing you, their voice can become internalized. You may start hearing their criticism even when they're not around. You're not good enough. Nobody else will want you. You can't do this without me. You're the problem. But healing means learning to separate their voice from your truth. Their opinion is not your identity. Their rejection is not your value. Their anger is not your responsibility. Their inability to love you in a healthy way is not evidence that you were unlovable. And their decision to leave, replace, discard, or distance themselves from you does not determine your worth. You get to decide who you are now. You stop trying to prove yourself. There is another sign that you're healing. You stop trying to make them jealous. You stop trying to become successful just so they'll regret losing you. You stop posting your happiness hoping they'll see it. You stop explaining your boundaries to people committed to misunderstanding them. You stop thinking one day they'll see what they lost. And instead you begin thinking, I don't care whether they see it, I see it. That's a completely different level of freedom, because your life is no longer a performance for the person who hurt you. You're living it for you. You start trusting yourself again. Maybe the greatest form of freedom is not that you stop thinking about them, it's that you start trusting yourself again. You trust your intuition, you trust your decisions, you recognize red flags sooner, you communicate your needs, you establish boundaries. And when something doesn't feel right, you no longer abandon yourself just to keep someone else happy. That's growth. You begin realizing, I don't have to betray myself to keep someone else. And that realization can change your entire life. You don't need revenge if someone hurt you deeply. You may have once dreamed about the day they would experience the pain they caused you. That's human. But eventually, healing can take you somewhere deeper. You realize their suffering isn't required for your healing. You don't need them to lose. You need yourself to be free. You don't need revenge. You need restoration. You don't need them to regret you. You need to stop regretting the time you spent trying to make something unhealthy work. You don't need them to admit they were wrong. You need to believe yourself. And you don't need them to come back. You need to keep moving forward. This is what freedom looks like. Freedom may look surprisingly ordinary. It's waking up and realizing you're peaceful. It's laughing again without feeling guilty. It's making plans for your future. It's meeting new people without assuming everyone will hurt you. It's allowing yourself to experience love without abandoning your boundaries. It's enjoying your life without wondering who is watching. It's being able to remember the past without feeling trapped inside it. And eventually you realize that happened to me, but it isn't happening to me anymore. That distinction matters because your past can explain some of your wounds, but it does not have to dictate your future. You survived that chapter. Now you get to build something beyond it. So if you're still healing today, don't pressure yourself to be completely unaffected. Healing isn't a straight line. Some days you'll feel strong. Other days, something may trigger an old emotion. That doesn't mean you've gone backward. It means you're human. Keep choosing yourself. Keep building healthy boundaries. Keep learning. Keep surrounding yourself with safe people. Keep becoming someone you can trust. Because one day you'll look back and realize the person you once believed had the power to destroy you no longer has the power to define you. And that's the victory. Not that they lost you, not that they regret you, not that they finally understand you. The victory is that you found yourself again, and this time you aren't giving yourself away just to be loved. Divine souls, thank you for stepping into Oriah Divine Sanctuary. This space exists to support your healing, elevate your awareness, and guide you through the sacred process of personal transformation. Here you are safe to grow spiritually, emotionally, and authentically. And it is truly an honor to share this journey with you. Always remember, awareness begins the healing, but your transformation begins the moment you choose to honor your voice. Until we meet again, continue walking in truth, protecting your peace, and letting your divine light shine.